data with EcoVadis tools, let's have a look at how reporting declarants can request and analyze product-level data with EcoVadis tools. 7. For reporting declarants, requesting and analyzing product-level data with EcoVadis tools. Discovering CBM declarations. The reporting declarant is obliged to report the embedded greenhouse gas emissions of their imported goods. They get the data from the installation operators, which collect, track and monitor the data and share it via the emissions data communication template. Once this is done, reporting declarants can then start working on reporting data to the European Commission. To do so, the reporting declarant should request their installation operators to provide the necessary data. The EU recommends installation operators to provide their reporting data via the emissions data communication template. Extract raw data provided by the installation operators regarding their imported emissions. Submit their CBM reports on the CBM Transitional Registry. The European Commission has developed the CBM Transitional Registry to help importers perform and report as part of their CBM obligations. While reporting on their emissions, reporting declarants should follow the structure laid out in the Implementing Regulation Annex I, information to be submitted in the CBM reports. See the European Commission's CBM page for additional information on the CBM Transitional Registry. Note: during the transitional period, reporting declarants must report on the embedded emissions of imported goods on a quarterly basis. From 2026, the reported data must be verified by an accredited independent verifier to ensure accuracy and compliance with CBM regulations. Here is the key information required by the CBM regulation to be provided by the reporting declarant to the European Commission. Here is an example of a fictional reporting declarant's report. Installation operators company information. The reporting declarant is required to provide data identifying their installation operator's company name, the country of origin of the imported goods, the unique identifier assigned by the competent national authority, imported goods. The reporting declarant is required to provide data on imported goods, type and quantity of each type of goods, country of origin, actual emissions or default values, embedded emissions. The reporting declarant is required to provide data on embedded emissions in imported goods based on actual emissions. For each type of goods to which this regulation applies, the following additional data has to be kept. Identification of the installation where the goods were produced. Contact information of the operator of the installation where the goods were produced. The verified emissions report, including the data regarding the embedded emissions of each type of declared goods, as set out in Annex V, opens in a new tab. Note: during the transitional period, verification is a fully voluntary measure which operators of installations may choose as a means to improve their data quality and to prepare for the requirements of the definitive period. The specific embedded emissions of the goods. Sector-specific parameters, for example, alloy content. Note: these requirements are non-exhaustive. Reporting declarants might need to provide additional data according to the goods they are importing to the EU. Introducing EcoVadis CBM features. CBM actions can be taken in several sections within the EcoVadis Carbon Action Manager platform. Here are the steps that reporting declarants will need to follow within the EcoVadis Carbon Action Manager platform. Identifying in-scope installation operators. Assess the installation operator's carbon maturity. Enabling high-maturity installation operators. Enabling low-maturity installation operators. Note: the EcoVadis CBM features are only available to users who have purchased the Carbon Action Manager. Step 1. Identifying in-scope installation operators. To be able to comply with CBM requirements, reporting declarants will be able to leverage the EcoVadis solution suite. The reporting declarants will need to identify the installation operators who produce goods that are subject to the CBM regulation. The reporting declarant will be able to apply a CBM filter based on primary industry classification, ISIC codes, to pre-select and gain a preliminary understanding of its supply chain exposure. Using enterprise tags to easily identify and manage in-scope installation operators for future reporting and management processes is also recommended. Watch this short video to understand how to apply CBM filters and enterprise tags to identify the installation operators that are subject to the CBM regulation and request data from them.
To find companies that fall inside CBM scope, you'd first go to Network, and then open More Filters. Inside More Filters, you'll find Carbon Product Data tab. So you click into this. We have within CBM scope, it shows it's based on the company's ISIC number, so based on the product categories they supply, and sharing status. So whether sharing requested, not yet, request responded or declined. Inside here, if you select yes, then we filter your network by the companies that we've estimated will fall inside CBM. So if you select the company, here you can see we've already tagged these companies. If you wanted to add your tags once you filtered, you could select all, choose Manage Company Information, Manage Tags, and you would just apply a tag to those companies, and that would save you coming through to filter. You would just select the tag on. For this example, we're going to request product data directly. So from here, you can request PCF data, request CBM data, or you can request one or the other. Let's going to request both, and also add a comment so that they know which data you're requesting specifically. So whether that's a specific product category, or reporting period, or certain geography, any extra comment you want. This is free text. So anything that would help them respond better to your request. And then you send request. You have confirmation that the request has been sent.
Note: please only use the CBM filter as a pre-filtering feature. The reporting declarant is responsible of making sure that all products that are subject to the CBM regulation are tagged under CBM in scope, or a similar tag in reporting documents. This is due to the fact that the EcoVadis methodology works with ISC categories at industry level, and CBM requires the identification at product level with the corresponding CN code, 8-digit code. While the filter will identify installation operators on the related ISC categories that are subject to the CBM regulation, cement, steel, aluminum, etc., there is a gap between the two levels of analysis because the criteria used is not the same between ISC at the industry level and the CN codes at the product level. Step 2. Assess the installation operator's carbon maturity. Once these installation operators are identified, the reporting declarant needs to invite their installation operators to a carbon assessment which is tailored to their industry, location, and size. View their installation operator's existing scorecard if available. The point of this is to analyze the results and gauge the installation operator's level of carbon maturity and availability of verified product-level data in scope with CBM. The results from the scorecard can be insufficient, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and leader. See our Carbon Action Manager for Enterprise Companies course for additional information on how reporting declarants can invite their installation operators to a carbon assessment. Watch this short video to understand how to access an installation operator's carbon maturity on the basis of the carbon scorecard results.
In this video, you will understand how to access an installation's operations carbon maturity on the basis of the carbon scorecard results or carbon scoring results. Basically, in the first page that you will land once you access the EcoVadis platform, you will have an overview of your partners network. In this section that corresponds to the carbon performance of your suppliers, you will be able to segment suppliers by maturity level. If you're interested in approaching those suppliers that are leader or advanced, you can do so by directly clicking on the performance level, and that will correspond to the portion or segmentation of suppliers that are more advanced on carbon management practices. If you want to focus on certain practices such as reporting or certain strengths, for example, having product level data available, you can filter your supplier portfolio by those KPIs or strengths by applying here the corresponding strength, for example, product level data available in accordance with the GHG protocol or other relevant standards. By clicking here, the supplier portfolio will segment, basically displaying the amount of suppliers that are mature enough to have this product level data available. If you want to gain those insights directly from a supplier scorecard, you can access, for example, this one. Access the carbon scorecard. And in the strengths and improvement area sections, you will have access to these different sections. In reporting, you will be able to see if this specific company has a GHG inventory updated or product level data available, or even if they're monitoring scope 1, 2, and 3.
After assessing their installation operator's level of maturity and sending product-level data requests, reporting declarants can leverage the EcoVadis Carbon Product Data Dashboard to observe the request status and explore product-level data sent by the installation operators. Note: the Carbon Product Data (BI) Dashboard, previously called the PCF Data Exchange BI Report Dashboard, is planned to launch at the end of 2024. This dashboard enables reporting declarants to view their network's PCF and CBM data and whether requests for that data have been accepted or declined. Watch this short video to understand how to use the Carbon Product Data Dashboard.
To view the Carbon Product Data Dashboard, you first need to navigate to Reporting, and here you'll find the dashboard, Carbon Product Data, and it covers Product Carbon Footprint, PCF, and Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, CBAM data. In this report, there are 3 tabs. There's the PCF Data tab, CBAM Data tab, and Product Data Requests tab. The PCF Data and CBAM Data tabs are similar in that they contain your partners who are sharing that data, so sharing, not sharing, no data and not eligible, the percentage of that data by category within your network, and the data itself. So with the CBAM data, this means sharing. Your partners have that data on their platform that's available to you. No data means they're eligible to share it, so they have products that fall into the CBAM categories and regions, but they haven't added any data and not in scope, which means they could be inside the EU or they don't produce products that are covered by CBAM currently. And here you have the percentage of your CBAM data by category, so that's the percentage of data available in your network by the different categories. Then below you have a list of the specific CBAM records, so by partner name, product category, product name, CN code and reporting period. This can all be downloaded. So if you want to see that data, you go to View Supplier, and on their page you can see all of their data, or you can filter to just view CBAM data. And when you found the data you're interested in, you can download it, or just download any records that you want. So from here, you also have your product data requests. So these are the requests that you've sent to different companies. So you have the partner name, so who you sent the request to, their industry, their country and territory. You have your request message, so whichever message you included, which is optional, so it could be blank. And then the data requested. You can request PCF, CBAM, or just PCF, or just CBAM. Then we have the request date, response date, and response comment. So here we have accepted, which means they've accepted it and have a different response. Pending, you've had no response yet. Declined, they've declined share, where they can also add a comment with a reason why they've declined, and potentially suggest when you can ask again. And expired, which means there was no response. And again, this can all be downloaded from here.
Note: installation operators should collect data as early as possible so that reporting capabilities are built over time. Step 3. Enabling high-maturity installation operators. Once you have assessed your installation operator's maturity, let's focus on enabling high-maturity installation operators to help them build capability on carbon management. For high-maturity installation operators, reporting declarants can implement straightforward workflows to request and collect CBM-compliant product-level data. Reporting declarants can also leverage EcoVadis tools to work proactively with critical installation operators on improvement areas to reduce emissions at the source. Thanks to EcoVadis tools, reporting declarants can download a reporting spreadsheets for each product. These spreadsheets have been filled in by their installation operators using the EU Commission's emissions data communication template. Gain insight on who in their network is reporting CBM data. This can be done using the Carbon Product Data BI dashboard. Here are examples of actions that reporting declarants can take using EcoVadis tools. Click on the headings to find out more. Leverage the ratings platform. Reporting declarants can connect with new installation operators via a global directory of companies. Through the Carbon Action Manager, reporting declarants have a complete view of installation operators' carbon management strengths and can verify reduction efforts on the carbon scorecard. See our EcoVadis Sustainability Profile course for additional information. Reporting declarants can use tailored improvement areas for decarbonization, such as carbon-specific corrective action plans in order to request their installation operators to improve on specific carbon topics. Identify installation operators that have product-level verified data. Identify installation operators that have product-level verified data with metrics and KPIs such as a life cycle assessment, third-party verified metrics, product-level verified carbon emissions according to the GHG protocol, product carbon footprint data. The Carbon Product Data feature can support rated companies in documenting and tracking product carbon footprint and share their data with requesting companies. Reporting declarants can use the tool to enable data-led actions. See our Product Carbon Footprint Data Exchange feature course for additional information. Specific CBM data. Reporting declarants can request for product-level carbon emissions, such as specific CBM data. This is the data that will be required for CBM reporting purposes. CBM requires the reporting declarants to share both their imported goods' direct and indirect embedded emissions. The data is to be requested by the reporting declarants to the installation operators for collection so as to report to the EU. The reporting declarant will be requiring data that complies with CBM reporting requirements, uses a globally recognized standard, complies with ISO standards and GHG protocol. Step 4. Enabling low-maturity installation operators. Now that reporting declarants have assessed their installation operators' maturity, let's focus on enabling less mature installation operators to help them build capability on carbon management. For less mature installation operators, we recommend installation operators to initiate decarbonization actions by leveraging EcoVadis tools. Reporting declarants to leverage the data made available to them by working on their installation operators' improvement areas to reduce emissions at the source. Which EcoVadis tools should less mature installation operators leverage to initiate decarbonization actions? EcoVadis carbon features. Leverage the EcoVadis carbon features present on the ratings platform to initiate emission calculations for Scope 1 and 2 with the EcoVadis Carbon Calculator feature. Initiate emissions estimation for Scope 1, 2, and 3 using the EcoVadis Carbon Estimator feature, which offers a straightforward experience for the less mature companies. Collaborate with their reporting declarants on their improvement areas to reduce emissions at the source. EcoVadis Academy. Engage with the EcoVadis Academy courses to drive improvement in their carbon performance. Suppliers will be able to take courses based on their carbon maturity. The following courses may be useful for your supply chain decarbonization strategy: greenhouse gas emissions tracking and reporting, energy and greenhouse gas actions, Scope 3 greenhouse gas emissions calculation, carbon reduction target setting, the product carbon footprint data exchange, EcoVadis carbon features for trading partners, the EcoVadis carbon border adjustment mechanism feature course. How can reporting declarants leverage the data made available to them to reduce emissions at the source? Request for performance improvement. Reporting declarants can request for performance improvement from their installation operators by creating targeted corrective action plans. Monitor progress. Reporting declarants can monitor their installation operators' progress in the corrective action and carbon performance dashboards available in the Reporting tab. To conclude, did you know? External independent body verification of the data reported within CBM will be mandatory from 2026. What's next? Great job! Now that reporting declarants have learned about disclosing product-level data with EcoVadis tool, both reporting declarants and installation operators are ready to test their knowledge.